Hey folks, Big Woodsman here. Today I'm going to be bringing you part 2 of a 3-part series on how to recondition an antique spoke shave. So stay tuned, let's see what we get into. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this angle cut from point to point using our nice hardback saw. And we're going to cut a bunch of these in order to make it easier to chisel this whole throat out. So now that we've made all our saw cuts, the next order of business is to chisel away and remove all this excess material, clean it up, make it nice and smooth for the throat. And then after that, we have to carve little indents in here to make our blade recess into the handle. So now that we have our throat nice and cleaned out and smooth to the size we need, we have to fit our blade in just gently. We're not going to hammer it all the way in. And then this profile that's on the top of this knife, we have to transfer into here to recess this blade down into the handle. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to transcribe this. And then we're going to have to go ahead and carve that out using small carving chisels. throat smoothed out and we have the recesses for our knife, it's time to test fit and see if it goes. And you just have to slowly tap back and forth evenly so it drops in. And there it is, set in place, nice and smooth, ready to go. So the next step is to shape this handle, open up the throat so we can actually get a shavings cut in there, and we should be good to go. So looking at the original spoke shave, it's pretty straightforward handles, nothing too fancy on it. So we are going to transfer over a pattern to start carving out our spoke shave. But I want to take it up a little notch, so instead of having just straight handles, I'm going to put nice curved handles. So I've made this little pattern, and we're going to just trace it on, and then we're going to cut it out. And to make sure it's the same on the other side, we just flip it over, transfer it over to the other side. And now we can start shaping our handle. So that's the conclusion of part 2 of our 3-part series on rebuilding an antique spoke shave. In this series, of course, we learned how to reshape and sort of mold the handle and get it ready for the finishing touches. That's going to come up in part 3, so stay tuned for that video. So if you're interested in the possible winning this device, please go to my website, bigwoodsman.com, follow the steps on how to enter into the draw, and you might get this lucky device for yourself. So as always, it's life out there in the woods. I'll see you out there in it.